It's been a couple of stormy weeks lately, so when we got one day of sun, we did the first big project on the boat.
Hello. Håkan, who helped us to install the new tracks for the whisker poles on the mast the other day. Yesterday he came by and he took with him our cutter sail, the small head sail, because we need new UV protection on both head sails. But we wanted to keep one sail so we could keep sailing, and we had planned to sail up to his loft to give him the other sail. But we're expecting another storm. So now we have decided we're gonna drive up to him with the Genoa. So we're gonna bring it down now, and we have not that much wind now or rain. So we have to take advantage, because later today we'll have a lot of wind again. It's a bit tricky to get the sail down. Now it's coming out. I'm here with Albin. Hey Albin! This is Hans and Gitte's dog. And Hans was just out walking. He walked by us. And he offered to help us to get the sail down. At least we managed to get Vera asleep, so we didn't have to carry her in the baby carrier. Because this sail is so big and it's already quite windy. This is the problem. And the sail just keeps getting stuck on the roller.
Sådär va?
Vad gör husse va?
Bra, det är duktig.
Vad ställt du kunde hjälpa oss, Hans.
Ja, det var det. Inga problem alls.
This sail is going in that car. Kaffe? Var det jobbigt?
It's a very big sail. I think it's 140 or 150%, so.
Since we're changing the name on the boat, we have to reprogram the AIS, the transponder. And it sits behind this box, so I need to remove this so I can plug a USB cable into the AIS transponder. So the AIS transponder we have, it's a Raymarine AIS 650, and the way I understand it, you can reprogram it in two different ways. You either connect it with a USB cable to your computer, or you program an SD card on your computer, which you then plug into the transponder with the new data. But I guess I'll need to read up a bit first. So the MMSI number stays the same, because it's still the same permit we have. Yeah, finally I have connected the transponder to the computer. I first had to make an update on the actual AIS transponder with a SD card to update the firmware so it could actually connect to a Mac, because when they released this in 2011, it was only possible to do this update on a PC, and we have a Mac. So I finally solved that problem. So now I can access it, and as you can see here, here's the old name, the call sign, and the MMS-I number, and yeah, I'll just write the new name in here and press save, and then it should be done. So that was pretty easy once I got the computer to be connected to the transponder. So now I guess we just have to check that it's actually sending out the new name.
And after a couple of days, the new name showed up.
Actually, we haven't put the new name round 2 on the back of the boat yet, because yeah, it hasn't been the right type of weather for it. But we have the new sticker, you call it that. But I guess we just have to find a good day and then we'll do it. And maybe pour some champagne on the boat or something. Put the coin under the mast, or yeah, I guess we have to read up a little bit on what to do when you change the name.
Guess where I'm sitting? I'm in my dad's car and we're at the scrapyard. Our little car Skrutten has died. It happened yesterday as we were on our way down to Johan's grandma. We were driving on the highway and suddenly we heard this noise from the car. The oil lamp turned on, and then seconds later there was coming smoke everywhere, and we just had to pull over. The car was really slowing down. Johan couldn't give any throttle or keep the speed any longer. So we managed to get on like the side of like when you drive off the highway, and we're slowly just rolling down downhill, and then we stopped.
I don't know exactly, but something happened with the engine and it threw all the engine oil out in the whole engine compartment. So the oil pressure dropped like a rock and the motor just ceased directly on the highway. So on this car it's definitely not worth fixing this.
So yeah, you saw what the car looked like, and luckily Johan's parents were also on their way down there, so they could just turn around and pick us up. And then later, a couple of hours later, my dad went with Johan to tow the car here to the scrapyard. We had to leave it outside because it was Sunday, so it was closed. And now we're here early Monday morning, and we have a full day planned. We're driving up north in Skåne to drop off our Genoa, the big head sail, to Håkan at the Rhodes mast and rigging. So we really needed a car for today. We got to borrow my dad's car, and I'm just glad that all these things didn't happen today and we were like standing there alone on the highway.
We're going to take it on a, what do I call it, a front loader to just haul it in here. Luckily we didn't have any ticket on the car because it sits at the 15-minute parking lot right now.
We have arrived in Viken, which is a little village between Helsingborg and Höganäs in Skåne, and this is where Håkan and Wen lives. This is where he has Rhodes mast and rigging. But Håkan used to grow cucumbers. They had a big company and all these greenhouses where they were growing the cucumber. And he was the third generation in his family of doing this. But then the economy went down, so he had to start doing something else, and eventually took over this mast and rigging firm, which he's now working with. But these greenhouses is just the perfect place for any project you could imagine. All that space and under roof, and you have a really nice temperature in there. So we're gonna go in there now and with the sail, unfold it and start cleaning the sail, and then it's gonna dry in there.
So how come when you clean the sails in here, is there any special type of treatment you do, or is it, do you use a high pressure washer? Or
No high pressure. It's manual. We use this chemicals ship shape.
Okay.
It's a chlorine-based detergent,
Yeah.
and so it takes all organic.
What Håkan is doing now is that he's spraying on the detergent on the sail.
So Håkan does a lot of rigging jobs in here. So it's perfect. He can be inside, but still have all of this space for rig jobs and to clean sails.
Fat and
Like grease.
grease and black that comes from the rain, from the sky. It's difficult to take because it goes into the sail textiles, the fibers. So it's hard to take. Now we have some fat and grease on this, so I shall try to take it with some chemicals like white spirit or something.
Yeah, I read somewhere that you can use acetone on, at least on
Yes.
on deck run.
On deck run is no problem.
But I don't know if this is the difference.
I think we should be careful with acetone on this because it's
This is a laminated sail.
yes, cruising laminate.
So, yeah.
So
Yeah,
better safe than sorry.
definitely. And I mean, the most important thing is that the sail is good, not the looks of it. But
Yes.
it's nice to have a clean sail,
Yeah.
I'm sure. But
And now when we put the new UV protection, we want it to clean under, so it's not have any organic stuff under the UV protection, because it will stay there and grow, and you can't reach it after.
No.
The whole area with greenhouse I have is 6,500 square meters.
That's a big greenhouse.
It's,
At least in my mind.
yeah, but still too small to get good economy.
Wow.
So what is it you're trying now, Håkan, to remove the grease?
I try to take this hand cleaner that you use in workshops for oil, and it doesn't take everything, but it bleach it down a little. You take the worst of the grease. Yeah, sits in.
Time to do the same thing on the other side.
So the plan now is that this detergent is going to need some time to work on the sail. So we're going to let it sit and go down to the harbor, have some lunch, and then when we'll come back, we'll rinse it off with water. and then hang it up to dry.
Viken is an idyllic old fishing harbor and village. This is where Håkan keeps his Maxi 77. Now it was time to rinse off the sail and hang it up to dry. The sail becomes even heavier when it's wet.
Looks very good. Big difference.
It will take about 2 days for the sail to be completely dry. And before driving home, Håkan showed us his rigging workshop.
So this is our cutter sail that is already washed. We're going to change the UV protection on this one as well. This piece. Same as on the Genoa. Looks a lot cleaner than when we're on the boat. It was green, this area.
When both sails are dry, they will get new UV protection by Håkan's colleague. Thank you so much for watching this episode. We hope you enjoy following us as we're preparing the boat for coming adventures.